been a while since I went live, so it seems to be taking longer than usual to get people to actually come in here. Hey, Isaiah. Sorry it's been so long since I was live. The holiday season was even busier than usual for me, and since then I've been stuck trying to catch up on services, which I'm almost completely caught up on. And one of my friends finally got back from deployment with the National Guard. Um, he's one of the only people who was in my local coven back in the day who is A, still a witch, and B, still local. Since, at the time we were all in our late teens and early 20s, so a lot of people enlisted, moved away, didn't stick around in their religion. But yeah, my night's going well. I done 4 rituals for clients, including the ritual for my top tier Patreon supporters of December. I've got 2 more I plan on doing tonight. Not to mention 4 different readings for clients. By the way, about Superman, the superhero. All of you know that his main weakness is a glowing green rock, right? But what a lot of you don't know is that his other weakness in the comics is magic. So characters with magic-based powers can go toe-to-toe with him fairly easily. So, if you're ever feeling bad about yourself, just remember, you could kill Superman without even getting up close. Really? You didn't like Noctulia so far? I really liked it, but that's because partially because I've always wanted to know what the origins of Noctulius were, and partially because I think his combination of psychic vampirism with Chinese medicine is very interesting. Hey, Sensei, I'm doing well. I got the 2003 Green Day haircut. Do I work with Hecate? Yeah, so Hecate is super, super... She works very closely with the infernal divine, with demons, especially with Lucifer and Belial. If you've ever heard of Gargophius, she's one of the 22 archdemons of the tunnels of Set. She has been described as the foremost emissary of Hecate. Obviously, one of the 9 demonic divinities is Euronymous, the death divinity. He is also an emissary of Hecate, as are a handful of Goetic demons. Also, Lilith and Hecate refer their devotees to each other regularly. Yeah, sorry it's been so long since I went live. Ignis Persephorons is asking about a recent YouTube short I posted where I said that Amdusias and Asmodeus, the 2 Goetic demons, are like twins, the same way Lucifer and Lucifuge are. So Ignis writes, is Amdusias a div, since Asmodeus is a div? A div or a deva is an Ahrimanic spirit. It's a different type of infernal than what we see in the Qliphoth in Goetia. So, archaeologically, Asmodeus is linked to Ashmadeva, the emissary of Ahriman, but I believe that Ashmadeva and Asmodeus are functionally independent avatars of the same higher force. So I would not consider Amdusias or Asmodeus to be divs. Last time I spoke to Asmodeus about Ashma, he told me he really doesn't keep up with what that being's up to. Do I know how to dreamwalk? Not intentionally. I fell for it. Fell for what? Zebra says, become ungovernable. Eat cake for no other reason but to have cake. Don't spam the same comment more than once, Hecatean. I haven't even caught up. Hello, hope you're doing well. I saw the necrosophic right you posted. Definitely want to do that one. Yeah, heck yeah. Can you talk about using voice and ritual? I mean, most people say chanting out loud, but I cannot do that to my apartment. Um, so it's perfectly fine to chant in your head instead of out loud. In fact, some people actually get better results that way. Thank you for complimenting the background lights. I've got a ring light that changes colors on the other side of the phone and two galaxy lights on either side of me. Do you need to build a relationship with a spirit before you make a petition to them? No. In fact, making a petition can be a perfectly good way to introduce yourself. Everyone, please do me a favor and like the stream so more people see it. I have not seen the aurora borealis in my area, but I haven't been outside much, except for axe throwing with my friend on the weekend and getting Taco Bell tonight. Yeah, I would disagree with those people, Sicario. No, you can only spam likes on TikTok. Each person only gets one like, and I see that 10 of you have liked the stream since I asked. I appreciate it. Go to Taco Bell order? Nah, I dined in. I got the two chalupa hard taco combo. Can you call on spirits to give you energy for rituals and meditation? Yeah. I think the ascended vampires or undead gods, they can pretty easily be called on for energy. Yeehaw, there are probably at least 2 or 3 different axe throwing locations in your area if you just type in axe throwing near me into Google. Jose is moving to South Carolina next week. That's awesome. I've never visited there for real, but I've driven through there. Yeah, no quesadilla? The quesadilla is good too. Yes, it is common for intensive third eye work to give you headaches. Any word on alien activity? I haven't had any happen recently. Hey, Jerry's also performing the Nightside Mass of the Third Eye. That's awesome. All right, Serpent. Where should you start with the rituals on my Patreon? First, I would start with the Book of Astarte and Astaroth, and then I would move to Works of Infernal Ascent. Also, Black Lodge Meditation should have a lot of useful stuff for you. Yes, it's possible to become a demon in the afterlife. That's what happened to my late friend Joshua Savage. The Nightside Mass of the Third Eye is not a new ritual. It's on my WordPress. Crunch Wrap. Yeah, those are good. Jerry, that's exactly what that ritual is for. Well, you already know that. How do you become a demon? Basically, you have to work continuously with demons because you gradually become more and more like whatever you've been summoning. No, I did not see your comments. They might have gotten filtered. Try not to have a mental health episode live in chat. Any word on how to improve on hearing spirits when they try to communicate? Um, Obviously, chakra meditation helps. There's a chakra called the Zeal chakra, Zeal, in the lower back of the head. Meditating on that can really help. Um, Additionally, one thing you can do is when you're using a meditative mantra, you can, instead of saying it out loud, you can almost imagine hearing it as if it was being spoken by someone else in the room. That's another good exercise. I look tired? Yeah, I'm fine. Serpent of Chaos really liked the PDF Black Lodge meditation. Any advice on fame magic? Not really. Have I used the PGM? Not really, but I've read it. Thought it was good. If you wanted to buy several power mints from me, would you have to space them out because it would be too intense? I probably wouldn't have to space them out, but I usually prefer to because I want my clients to savor the effects of each ritual so they know how good each is. But if you do purchase multiple at the same time, there is a discount. Hello from Argentina. Great to have you. Yeah, sleep paralysis and experiences can be kind of scary. Can't deny that. How do you differ between a spirit's voice and your inner thoughts? Developing your psychic abilities, regularly meditating so you have control over your mind, and then just time and experience. That's interesting, Sicaria. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the gift of Algol if you work with dark spirits. I've heard good things about mugwort for psychic abilities. What are my thoughts on Hecate? She's one of those goddesses you can call on for just about everything. She's probably like the #1 recommended Greek goddess for Satanists. I've already answered your questions, Occult 21. Whatever you're trying to say is probably getting filtered out, so try wording it differently. There are some intersecting information between my gnosis and the source of entities of the Clefothic Abyss, and the gnosis of the Infernal Obelisk and his video featuring EA. Good to know. Lena is working with Sorath tonight. That's congratulations. What's my history with Hecate, if you don't mind you asking? One sec. I'll answer that in a moment. So it started when I was around 22. I had 2 local friends who were just getting into magic, and one of them reporting hearing a dog barking in his house, despite the fact that there wasn't any dogs there. So I said, okay, that's definitely a sign from Hecate. So we all went to a room alone together, and we performed a ritual to summon Hecate. Our pendulums falsely told us that she would appear to us, but she actually had other plans. It turns out she had assigned 3 daemonis spirits that serve her. One to each of us. I got an Impusa, the one dude got a Lamia, and another got a Strix. So then we started working with her as well as with demons and the spirits that serve her. I found that having bones present is very good for any right to her or her spirits. She actually led us during our first ritual not to offer the red bodily fluid to her. Let's see. Oh, I read in Thomas Carlson's book that Ereshkigal is attributed to the Clefothic realm known as Satariel. So I included Ereshkigal into my sphere working for Satariel. And then I saw Ereshkigal standing in the distance holding two torches. Now, for context, Hecate is the only Greek goddess depicted holding two torches instead of just one. And this reminded me of the PGM that I was asked about. The PGM says that Ereshkigal and Hecate are the same being. So my gnosis now is that Trivia, the Roman goddess, and Ereshkigal, the Sumerian goddess, are like smaller avatars of Hecate. Oh, it's that guy. I'm ignoring you because you're a mentally ill sexual predator. That's why your comments were getting filtered. It's because there's sexual harassment. Yeah, I talked with Coeting about Satolas in my last live stream with him. Ignis made a prosperity talisman with a polydomic magic square of Amdusias and Enochian, and a seven-sided planetary star for my altar as an offering. And a little over a week later, I have an awesome job. Congratulations, man. Jerry has never had any real success using mugwort, so he recommends Blue Lotus instead. That's a valid recommendation. What's my take on Cain/Cain? I believe that he is like a satanic ascended master. It would probably be accurate to describe him as a demon as well. He's got a fire aspect and an earth aspect. The fire aspect comes from his descent from Samael, and his earth aspect is a product of his devotion to Baal in life. You can't redo the Saturnalia live ritual. People only get to use that one once. Yes, machine. What is Hecatean magic? Magic that works with Hecate, the Greek goddess. What is a Titan? It's a type of primordial entity from Greek mythology. And yes, it is a species. It is separate from angels and demons. How is it different from other? How does it differ exactly? Well, demons and Titans are both embody the primordial chaos, so they're like different types of primordials. I don't know how to lay out the exact differences between the species. Every book I've read by Connolly was good. Yeah, that is odd, Janika. Hey, my fig. Hey, boy, Matt, and hello, Basta Violetta. Violetta? Violetta. I don't know. I should explore some PGM spells and make some videos, maybe one day. Do jinn exist in other cultures under a different name? Maybe some specific jinn have been seen in other religions, but I would generally say no. I do believe that Lovecraft was unknowingly influenced by real deities. There's basically an occult consensus that Cthulhu and the other Lovecraftian entities are real to some degree. You can hear that from anybody from Crowley to Dreadwood. But people have different theories as to how they came to be recorded in Lovecraft's fiction. Yes, Alistair, they can. Yes, you can vibrate words of power in your head. The reason I don't have a consolidated write-up page on Satan is because I don't feel the need to. He's been covered extensively enough, as is. I do have a YouTube video sharing my personal gnosis of him, though. I would not do the nightside mass of the third eye every single night. I'd space that one out. That he did, Scody. That he did. Satan is a cool guy, I agree. What do I think about Prival Craft? I read the first 3 books and I thought they were really good. It might be how stuffed my nose is, Nebuchadnezzar. G9, you might want to try them out in nature and maybe add an opening ritual first. Maybe more candles and a cauldron of water. Yeah, it's just allergies, Fig. To my understanding, yes, Jose. How old am I? 31. Ah, I saw your message before you retracted it. Gotcha. Yeah, if you look at any angelology or demonology essays or books, you'll see some pagan deities listed among the hierarchies. I found it funny that I read in college, I read this dictionary about angelology where the Sumerian entity Nergal was listed as an angel, but I've also seen Nergal listed as a demon in demonology. So I'm like, y'all need to get your fucking story straight, guys. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you all so much for coming. Have a great night and enjoy your immortality.